In a world often clouded by conflict and division, few figures have stood as enduring symbols of peace and compassion, like the 14th Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso. His life is a journey of resilience, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of all. Today, we'll explore his remarkable journey, from a simple boy in a remote village to a global icon of peace, and the lessons he's shared along the way. Tenzin Gyatso was born in 1935 in a small village in northeastern Tibet. His family were simple farmers, but when Tenzin was just 2 years old, he was recognized as the reincarnation of the 13th Dalai Lama, an event that forever altered the course of his life. He was soon taken to Lhasa, where his training as both the spiritual and political leader of Tibet began. Imagine, a child of just 2 years old, tasked with the future of a nation. As a boy, the Dalai Lama received rigorous training in Buddhist philosophy, meditation, and the responsibilities of leadership. His teachers nurtured his sense of compassion and his quest for wisdom, qualities that would later define him. However, the peace of Tibet would not last. In 1950, when the Dalai Lama was just 15, China invaded Tibet. Despite attempts to negotiate and avoid violence, tensions escalated, and in 1959, Tenzin Gyatso made the difficult decision to flee his homeland. Escaping in disguise, he crossed the treacherous Himalayan mountains to seek refuge in India. There, he established a Tibetan government in exile and began his lifelong journey as a refugee. In exile, he continued to lead his people, not through force or retaliation, but with a firm belief in nonviolence and compassion. His steadfast commitment to peace, even in the face of personal loss, would later earn him the Nobel Peace Prize in 1989. His teachings touch on universal themes: happiness, compassion, and the very nature of the mind. In his book, The Art of Happiness, he shares a profound insight. True happiness doesn't come from wealth, success, or external circumstances. It comes from within, from training the mind. He explains that by transforming our thoughts, by cultivating compassion, patience, and mindfulness, we can reshape our mental pathways. Neuroscience even supports this, what the Dalai Lama calls mental plasticity, or the brain's ability to rewire itself, allows us to break free from anger and fear, fostering lasting peace. At the heart of the Dalai Lama's teachings is the practice of compassion. He often speaks of the interconnectedness of all beings, how at a fundamental level, we all want the same thing, to be happy and free from suffering. By recognizing this shared humanity, we can begin to approach others with kindness, even those who challenge us. Consider your enemy as your greatest teacher, he says. It's a radical idea, but one that can transform our lives. Our adversaries present us with opportunities to practice patience and understanding, qualities essential to cultivating inner peace. Even in the face of continued oppression in Tibet, the Dalai Lama remains a steadfast advocate for nonviolence. He has always believed that compassion is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. Nonviolence is the weapon of the strong, he says, and it is this strength that has allowed him to transform personal suffering into a global message of hope. The Dalai Lama's life has been filled with hardship, yet his message is one of optimism. He believes that no matter how dark the world may seem, the seeds of compassion exist in every heart. His teachings remind us that real change begins not with governments or institutions, but with each of us, through small, everyday acts of kindness. In his own words, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. These simple yet profound teachings continue to inspire millions, reminding us of the power we hold to create a more compassionate world. The Dalai Lama's life is not just a story of resilience, but a guide to finding inner peace in our own lives. Let his legacy inspire us to live with compassion, patience, and mindfulness, not just for our own happiness, but for the happiness of all beings. Thank you for joining us in exploring the life and lessons of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. May his wisdom continue to light your path,